Hello, beautiful people. It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're back again with another video from the Officer Tatum. Let's check it out.
Do you believe that Trump is racist?
No, he's no.
No. Okay, so I have a list of some examples. And these
Now
are
let's start with this premise. I've met
Yeah.
Trump before. I've physically met Trump. I've talked to Trump. I've talked to his son. I've been around. I've been to the White House when Trump was the president over 7 times. So I have experiences with Trump. I'm not just anecdotally saying because I heard something from somewhere else. Go ahead.
Okay, so what is your definition of racism then?
When someone is prejudiced against another person, specifically regarding their race.
Okay, so.
Or they do things against other people because of race. And then race is the only factor.
Yes, okay. So on that perspective, I know that a lot of people argue that he has done some good things, some bad things, and that's not really the same thing when somebody initially says is so racist. So I have some examples here. I feel if these are uttered from someone's mouth, they're racist. I don't see this as any other perspective.
Okay.
So in 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. In the 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump came to visit. And he said, quote, "Black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only kind of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault. Probably not his fault, because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is." And he said that in
I've never
1991.
heard that quote a day in my life. I can see how a person would think that's racist.
Okay, so if this were to be something he would say, if he did say this hypothetically, would you consider that racist?
2 ways to think about it. I wasn't there. I don't know the context. Was he joking or whatever? I don't know, but I can see why a person would think that quote was racist.
I feel like that was meant to be a joke.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not in his head. Were you there?
I was not there. Were you there?
I wasn't, so I can't say the one.
Exactly. So you're playing a he said, she said game. But
No,
that's not
I'm
what
saying
this is
I can see
about.
how somebody
If he said
could
the
think
things
it.
I said.
I'm saying I can see how somebody could think that. Could you also see how somebody could think that maybe he was joking or whatever the case may be, he don't feel that way about black people?
So I don't agree with that because I think that this joke literally is inherently racist. Racism was the premise of the joke.
When I talk to him, is he racist against me?
Oh, so does that mean if he was nice to you that he's nice to every other black person? Like
all the black people I know that met him and talked to him, all the people that know him never say he's a racist. Nobody ever.
So okay.
Show me. Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay, so let me ask you then about the first 2 examples I used. What do you think about those? Do you think that's racism?
What do you mean? What you just quoted?
The first 2 examples, how in the 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when he came to visit, and also the Nixon administration had sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people.
I think that I can see how a person believes that those acts were racist.
You could see how. So you literally cannot explicitly say that him having his staff hide black people from him when he came.
I can't verify what you. You can sue a person for anything. I can't verify that exists.
This is a fact that you can look up.
Well,
it's
keep
not
going
a
with your
case.
No, because okay, let's put it like this. Let's put it like this.
Oh my
if you hold on. If you believe that act is racist, then if a person does something positive for black people, and I can show you examples of that.
If he does something positive, that doesn't make him not racist.
Well, what is if he hates black? Racism is that he doesn't like black people, right? He discriminates against them.
No,
he don't.
Racism, as you described, is discriminating somebody solely on the premise of the race, which is exactly verbatim the argument I just gave you.
With actions, correct?
With actions.
So
refusing
if
to
he
rent
does,
to black
but if he
people.
does, like at Mar-a-Lago, he fought that Jews and blacks will be able to dine fairly at Mar-a-Lago at his resort. That's an act in favor of black people. He won an award he won an award in 1996. The Rainbow Push Coalition, Jesse Jackson, gave him an award for his efforts in the inner city communities. Does that count as an act in positivity towards blacks?
Okay, so
does that sound like a racist person? Think about this. Have you ever been to Trump Tower?
No, actually, I haven't.
I've been to Trump Tower in Manhattan.
Really?
There's nothing but black people that work there. And they're all well taken care of, and they love Trump.
Okay. Wow.
Donald Trump had all the HBCU presidents go to the White House, and he funded HBCUs in the United States of America on a permanent basis, which is something Barack Obama, the first black president, never did, and no Democrat did. Donald Trump had opportunity zones and the First Step Act, which my uncle got out of prison. He had 40 years fed time. He got out of prison because of what Donald Trump put into place.
Okay.
So do you also count that?
So can I just reiterate what I had said before you brought up all of this?
Go ahead.
Okay, so before all of this, you were just saying how or I was just telling you how I think that doing certain things, saying certain things that are very, very racist makes you a racist person despite the other actions you do. And then you just went off listing, does that sound like a racist man? Does that sound like a racist man? I just gave off reasons why he is a racist man for certain things he did. And that doesn't negate
when you
the
weigh,
good things
I
he
think
done.
what you should do is
no
you should
matter
say,
what you argue.
I think,
for
okay,
it.
let's look at it like this. Do you think Joe Biden is a racist?
Well, I'm not going to get into that because I
Do you
don't
think
know
Hillary Clinton is a
sufficiently
racist?
about that.
No, do you think
I don't
so?
have sufficient information about this.
Well, let me
I'm
give you an
just right now
example. Let me
arguing
give you an
about why
example.
Trump is
If
racist.
if you do the eulogy at a former Klan member's funeral, would you be considered a racist?
If you willingly are going, and
No, you did the eulogy. He
Sorry?
did the eulogy
You did the eulogy.
of a former Klan member.
The eulogy of a former Klan
Yeah.
member. Well, I think that you shouldn't do that.
Are you a
Yeah,
racist?
Obviously. Am I racist?
Would you be a racist if you did
for-
the eulogy of a former Klan member?
Well, in that situation, yeah, I would say if you knowingly did
Joe
that.
Biden
and said
did
it
the eulogy
possibly-
of Robert
yeah,
Byrd,
I'm not arguing
who's a
about
former
Biden.
Klans member.
I'm not here to
No, I'm
say
saying,
that Biden
well,
is the best
well,
person
you
in
have
the
to
world.
admit that
That's not my argument.
he's a
here.
racist too. If you say
okay.
Trump is a racist.
So in that situation, I do think that is racist. Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I'm not advocating
Can
for
black
Biden
people
right
be
now.
racist?
Can black people be racist? Well, that's not the argument right now. So
You see this, I'm coming to sell racism to you and you must buy it and you must believe in racism, or you must believe that the person or somebody is racist. The fact that you only think one-sided and you don't see other side or other aspects says so much. And this is the problem. This is the mindset of the left, these woke liberals. They always want to make everything on race. Everything don't have to be based off on race. When are people going to stop this ideology, this mindset to just because somebody does some to say everything or whatever act is always based on racism? Listen, racism and discrimination is not the same. And again, let's even be honest, even us as human beings, we don't 100% like everybody. There are people that still discriminate against somebody. Some people just innocently discriminate people, and there is classism. But everything, people just want to point everything based on racism or based on race and say, oh, yes, just because this person did this or said something, it is racism. Sometimes some people may just innocently say something out of ignorance, or some people may say some things as joke. But people would read off so many meaning just because they want to get in their feeling. It's the mindset of the left. When are they just going to wake up? It's tiring, honestly. If we're being honest, everything don't have to be based off of race. Please.
I do think that is racist. Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I'm not advocating
Can
for
black
Biden
people
right
be
now.
racist?
Can black people be racist? Well, that's not the argument right now.
Okay.
Well, I think that if you say racist
do you
things,
mean?
yeah, it's racist.
Come on to
Doesn't
the mic
matter
next.
race.
I think the bottom line is this. Trump, I know Trump, I've met Trump, he's not a racist.
Okay, so can I give you a couple more reasons?
Donald Trump has the most black votes out of any Republican in history. So if he's a racist, I would think that black people wouldn't be supporting him in the numbers that they are.
So
He's not a racist.
This isn't an argument
Mike
about
Tyson don't think
opinion,
he's a
about
racist.
perspective, about what the
Nobody
culture
thought he was a
thinks
racist
about
until he
him.
became
This is
president.
an argument about the things he's done that is racist. That's what
What about the things he's done that's not racist, that help black people? Do that count?
Though he still is racist if he does a racist thing. Just because he does a good thing for a black person and goes and does something prejudicial.
Have
to
you
another
met him
black
before?
person. Oh my God, no way, I haven't met him, so that makes everything illegitimate,
Well,
right? None of these
you would
quotes are
have an
true.
exact.
None of this is right.
If I
Yeah.
didn't know you and somebody said, "Oh man, she's a fascist or something," she hates black people.
Yeah.
Because you may have said or done something, and then I meet you and I'm like, no, she's not a racist. I met her. She's cool.
So,
she's
but
nice.
here's the
She
difference.
don't. She's not. Nobody that knows Trump believes he's a racist.
Okay,
That's
so
legitimate.
that's not true. But here, okay, let me for that example. Okay,
Does Ben
so,
Carson think Trump is? You do you know who Ben
Oh
Carson
my
is?
gosh. If
He's only the most brilliant man, one of the most brilliant men that ever lived. He literally support and endorse Donald Trump. Do you think that man is dumb enough to support a racist?
I don't know this man.
Do you think I'm dumb enough to support a
I've
racist?
never met this man.
You think
so
I'm
I
dumb
can't
enough to
speak
support a
on him.
racist?
But let me just say something. You just talked about, gave me an example. Okay, I just want to respond to what you're saying. That's all.
Okay.
So you were just saying that if somebody had went and told you all these terrible things about me, and you talked to me and you realize, oh, this isn't right. That's not how she acts like. You say that, but if you heard a direct quote of me saying something racist, and you knew that was true, let's say you had a video recording of me saying something racist.
Where's the
you
video
meeting
recording
me-
of? Where's the video recording of Trump saying that?
Where's the? Oh, okay. I can. There's a lot of examples.
You're going off of what somebody's accusing him of. You don't have no evidence
it's
him
not
ever saying
accusations.
that.
There's quotes.
No. What? Show me evidence that Trump said that.
Okay, so evidence that Trump said what?
Racist, something racist.
Something racist. Okay,
Yeah.
well, there's literally evidence. Okay, well, there's literally evidence because you can see.
It's kind of weird conversation.
Oh gosh.
I think I would know. I think I would know if the man is. Why would I support a racist?
So were you saying that all of the records were falsified for when Trump was sued for refusing to sell to black people? Are you saying that is fake and was made up as some sort of like propaganda or something?
I don't know what claims you're talking about. I'm going off of what you read.
I'm telling you my claim. In this situation, in the hypothetical situation where what I'm saying is true, what is your opinion on him refusing to sell to black people, have rent for black people?
So I just gave you an example of how he fought that black and Jews were able to come to Mar-a-Lago.
So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in this specific situation. Do you think that is racist to refuse to sell to black people?
If a person,
only because they're black?
If a person is in fact, they are pulling the strings and they are saying, I'm not going to do this to black people. That's not the company. No, the company was sued for discrimination.
The company is
the
his
company. That does not mean that company was passed down to him from his father.
How do you explain
and policies were in place and that was
came?
What do you say?
How do you explain them hiding the black people when he came?
Is that a fact? Is that proven to be true?
He was accused in the 1980s.
He was accused of that. That don't mean it was true.
So you're right. That does not mean it's true because
Oprah Winfrey think he was a racist?
Allegations against him.
Does Oprah Winfrey think he was a racist when he was on her show and she wanted him to run for president?
With the list of all these situations I have.
Jesse Jackson think he was a racist when he got an award next to Rosa Parks?
Of racist things he has said and done, that makes him a racist person despite any good things he could have done.
Well, okay, I disagree with you.
You disagree with me? Okay. So
when a man get an award next to Rosa Parks by black leaders for his efforts in the black community, I think that kind of weighs in too.
So I feel like that is all.
He supported Jesse Jackson when he ran for president. I think that is fair too. That he supported Jesse Jackson. He support black people. When did somebody say he was a racist before he was the president? That one example you say 30, 40 years ago?
One example? No. There could be many more. This is me.
I think it's going nowhere. I met Trump.
Coming up. Not being as prepared as I could be.
Okay, I met Trump. Trump is not a racist. 90% of people I know do not think that Donald Trump's a racist. I don't know a real person that know him and is fair.
I really disagree with that.
And if he was a racist, I wouldn't vote for him.
He ain't lying.
What racist policies have he put into place?
Racist policies. I'm talking about his actions.
He's a figurehead. What actions has he done as the president?
He's a figurehead for our country. Him saying the things that he
what
has said.
What actions has he done as a president that's racist?
And with sexism.
What actions as a president? What? No, he didn't. That's a lie. He secured funding to HBCUs. You want to put some money on it?
No.
Put some money on it.
I'm not putting money on shit. I'm broke.
I know. That's why. Okay. But anyway, like I said, you cannot name a policy that Donald Trump has put into place.
Just because he doesn't implement a racist policy,
you can't see your racist
anything.
argument is so down the drain. You
So
say, well, a person that I don't know.
If somebody doesn't like, let's say somebody says
He's
they
not
hate
a racist.
puppies. They don't hate puppies, but they obliterate like a whole like.
And then he go and rescue millions of puppies.
Yes, exactly. So
is he a puppy hater or not?
Does that mean that he is trying to help these
somebody
puppies
accused,
or trying to be kind to these
let's
puppies?
Say,
what if he has a bunch of cats and he only murders puppies, but then he keeps some puppies and says they're fine?
Let's say that someone is accused of abusing cats and dogs.
So
for the lack of better
accused.
animals.
You have just said
somebody accused of doing cats and dogs. Okay, but then they go and rescue 1 million cats and dogs. It's a moot point. Do you know the person and what policies has he introduced that was racist?
It's not about racist policies. I'm saying he's a racist person.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
Okay. So why are you not voting for him?
Why am I not voting for him?
Yeah.
Well, okay, just for very brush of the surface reasons, he is racist and he's also sexist.
You can't count that because I disagree with you.
Okay.
You don't even know the guy.
He's also sexist. He said that you should grab women by the pussy.
That's not sexist.
That is very
How is that
sexist.
sexist?
If you say you're a star and you can go and grab women by the pussy,
Did you read what he said?
Yes.
Did you read it?
No, I listened to it. I listened to it.
I grab them by the and they let you and they like it.
That's not what he said. I have the exact quote.
Pull it up. He said, I grab them by the and they let you.
Okay, he said, it's like a magnet, I just kiss, and when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything, grab them by the pussy.
They let you do it.
So
that's sexist?
That is sexist.
You may say that's gross.
So this is the point where
you may say that's not good for a man to just grab a woman by the nookie, but we all are grown. We grown. We know women like
So,
stars.
What about when
You
he,
hold on.
what about
Let's
when
stop.
he made
Let's
the
stop
joke
acting.
about the 10-year-old
Let's
girl
stop
saying he's
acting.
gonna get with her in 10 years?
Let's stop acting like we kids. Can you? Do you know women? They love celebrities,
Really?
and they let them grab them by the, and they
Oh,
like
man. Are you a celebrity?
it. Look, I've had women say crazy things to me.
Wow.
I'm a good married man,
What
so
a
I don't
ladies'
engage.
man. What a ladies' man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Imagine trying so hard to sell racism to somebody and you're forcing the person to believe and see your view as racist or what you just stated as racist, and the person is stating and sharing other context or other things to say, okay, this is what I know, this is what I've seen, and I disagree with you, but you say, oh no, your disagreement is a lie, that you must see, or the person must see the things the way you do. So make it make sense. Why are you forcing me to believe in what you want to be, what you believe in? And why are you forcing me to see somebody as racist? Why are you forcing me to believe in your ideology? Why is the left constantly doing that? They bring out this word racist, sexist, whatever. And the officer Tatum is right. Many women, if we're being honest, many women love celebrities, and it's the truth. It's just a sad reality of things. No matter, regardless of how many women don't want to agree or admit, is the truth. Why do you think a Chris Brown's concert sells more, and who is the average population, or who goes there more? Women. Why do you think a Drake concert will sell more or sell the most? Of course, who is gonna be there, or who is most likely gonna be there? Women. It's that simple, and the list goes on. But again, when some people start stating facts, people want to label them to say, oh, this person is this just because this person says this and all of that. Listen, people are allowed to evolve. That is one thing that people really don't know. People evolve. And regardless of how you want to see things, you cannot confuse or continuously to tell me to think the way you do just because I am black, you are white. You want me to see things from a racist viewpoint or racial viewpoint. It doesn't work like that. Not every black person will be thinking or going about their day and thinking that one white person or some white people hates them. Fun fact is, some people really don't care. People have other important things to do or to think of than to worry about somebody who hates them for their skin color. But the fact that you sit somewhere and want to base off everything to be racist, or base of things to be so let me get this straight. So what she is doing now, the fact that she is forcing him as a black man, we have to use that, forcing him to see the way, see things from her own viewpoint, that you must see that this person is racist. If you're forcing me to believe in your ideology, what does that say? And you're telling me that no, I, as a black person, I can't think freely for myself. You have to tell me and make me see reasons why the person I am supporting is racist. Do you think people are crazy to just sit down and say, oh, this person hates me for my skin color, but I'm gonna support him anyways, or this person hates me, this person is not gonna give me a job, or he's not gonna do anything nice for me or for my people, but I'm gonna support him anyways? Do you think people are crazy? Come on, this is 2024, not in the 90s or in the 60s. But again, she don't see what she is doing. She wants to force her belief, her ideology onto somebody, and still tell you that if you don't reason things or see things the way I do, then then something must be wrong with you. It don't make sense. The fact that they always want to label people with one thing or with the other just because they don't agree with them, it says so much about them. Please, this tactics or this game is becoming so boring.
Grab them by the, and they
Oh,
like
man.
it.
Are you a celebrity?
Look, I've had women say crazy things to me.
Wow.
I'm a good married man,
What
so
a
I don't
ladies'
engage.
man. What a ladies' man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try.
Right, right. Do you
But
grab him by
what
the
I'm
pussy?
saying, no, I don't, because I'm a
You
Christian
don't?
man.
Oh, okay. So
What I'm saying is that you
you
act like
don't
that's
do
so
it because
crazy.
you're Christian.
The
So you're
man
saying Trump
said,
is going against
the
your
man
religion?
said, 30 years ago, that he grabbed him by the and he
Oh,
liked
30
it.
years ago. So
What
he was
does that have
asked
to do with his
again
policy?
later in an interview what his response was to that question, because regardless of whether or not you're saying that that is sexism,
That's not sexism.
That is an offensive joke to many people, and as a figurehead of our country, he's held to higher standards.
He did that as a
and when
president?
he was asked, oh my God, he shouldn't
So
be our
what do you-
president now. If somebody does something racist before they're president and then they become president, and people talk
Well,
about the
Kamala
racist
Harris
thing he
had an
did-
affair with Willie Brown
my
in
God.
in
We're
California.
talking about Trump right now.
No, I'm just saying. Are you
We're talking about Trump right
disqualifying
now.
her?
I'm talking about Trump
Are you
right
disqualifying
now.
her?
What?
She had an affair with Willie Brown. Are you disqualifying her?
I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about Trump right now, because that is
Let's
the point
disqualify
that I came up
Trump.
to
Let's
talk
disqualify
about.
Trump. Okay, he can't run.
Well,
He's
I
a
don't wanna
racist and
disqualify
sexist.
Trump.
Racist
So,
sexist.
okay, so
who
you
you
do
voting
agree.
for?
You
Who
do
vo-
agree.
I don't agree with you, but let's go with the
So,
premise.
I came up here.
Who you voting for?
I'm voting for Kamala.
She had an affair with Willie Brown.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Her husband slept with the nanny and got her pregnant. Kamala
So,
Harris's husband.
okay,
Is that
so-
did that count?
Does that count for what you're saying? Like,
Did you
for
vote for?
her
Did you
as a
vote for Hillary
figurehead?
Clinton?
I didn't vote because I wasn't old enough
Oh well,
to
good.
vote.
Thank-
Yeah.
Well, not good, but I get you. Okay, you
Good.
weren't old enough.
Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
disqualifying Kamala?
Am I disqualifying Kamala from
She
what?
locked up black men indiscriminately in California.
So that is something that is considered debatable, considering the numbers
what
for
you're
the
saying is debatable.
cases where people
People are arguing
accusing her
that
of
point.
that
That's
are
why they're not
relatively
voting
small.
for it. That's why they're losing more black votes than any other administration that have been Democrat.
So
What are you saying? I don't know. What's your policy
do
position?
you, if okay, hypothetically,
Why are you voting for Kamala Harris?
I will explain to you. So
Explain to me.
hypothetically, you have two candidates. One is a person that in your mind and from the facts that you've seen is confirmed to be racist and sexist and a bunch of other things and is an offensive overall person.
Okay.
I'm just saying in this hypothetical.
It's
You
nauseating
believe it like
listening
me.
to that,
Okay.
but-
Let's say in this hypothetical, you believe what I do. So that's what I believe.
Okay.
And then there's another person. I'm not gonna vote for the person who I believe did all those things.
What about the
Regardless of whether
Willie
or not
Brown?
You agree with me.
What about the affair with Willie
I'm voting
Brown?
for her because that's what I believe.
Okay, we get it.
That's
You're
the facts
biased.
that I've seen.
You get it. You're biased.
Oh,
You say
I'm
things about
biased? No, no, no.
listen.
I've seen
You say
facts
things
that
about
prove
Trump, and you
that
say he's disqualified
Trump
for
is a
doing
bad
it.
person.
Kamala Harris do the similar things, and you say it's okay.
Similar things.
If you feel like
I wouldn't say similar things.
having an affair is a bad thing.
So okay, so you're saying that.
That's
when
not my-
Trump
that's not
has
my
had-
measurement.
So you're
That's
saying
yours.
You're saying Trump didn't have affairs.
That's not my measurement. I don't care. I don't care what these people do.
So if you're gonna play a comparison,
I don't
game,
care what Trump
I'm
did
just
when he wasn't
talking
the
about Trump
president.
being you don't
I
care.
care
but
what
you're
he did
bringing
as
up
the
Kamala
president.
Harris and asking why I'm voting
Because
for her,
I'm
but
showing
you
your
still vote for-
contradiction.
Really?
Your
Really?
contradictions, you hold him accountable to some sexual stuff he did.
No. So, not some.
Consensual.
There is many things that have happened, and like over time.
What
that he has
policies
done that
do
were
you like
offensive.
that Kamala Harris is introducing?
I'm not arguing about Kamala Harris right now. I'm arguing about the fact that you asked me why I'm voting.
I just told you you're not a racist, but you won't get you don't want to understand it. So we got to move on.
Of course, she's saying this from a biased viewpoint because, I mean, you're condemning somebody for doing something or for saying something, and yeah, the exact same person you're voting for or you're supporting is doing the exact same thing. But okay, it's excusable because you're not talking about that person right now. You're talking about somebody else, but you don't see what you're doing. Is how these people are so shallow-minded. They want to force people to see things the way they do. Not everybody is going to be running about and thinking and saying, oh, this person did this, oh, and this and that, that. Majority of the time, you see politics itself. Sometimes when you ask some people the reason they are voting for some people, you hear some things and you be like, wait, what is going on? But of course, nobody's going to force their political opinion onto other people. But if you come onto me and you force me to vote the exact same person you're voting for, or support the exact same person you're supporting, or see things the way you do, then something must be wrong. Because why are you forcing me? Why are you telling me to see things or see something wrong when there is nothing wrong? But you don't want to see what is wrong with your own candidate or with the person you're supporting or the person you're voting for. But it is the fact that these people, they don't want to remove the scale from their own eye. They want to remove the scale from your eye first. It doesn't work like that. You see how she also doesn't want to answer questions. She's only basing off things that she heard somewhere or she saw on the news or on one of these woke mainstream media wrote about or said about Trump. She's just basing it off of those things, and most likely exactly what Joseph Tatum said. And I'm just gonna bring it back because before Trump decided to run for president, people liked him. People loved him. Up until he started running, or he decided to run for presidency, then people realized he was racist. So at what point did people begin to realize, at what point did people realize Trump was racist? I don't think that is the discussion people want to have.
You said you're not voting for him. Okay, I said you voted
Yeah.
for Kamala. Then why?
Why? Why am I voting? I just explained
What
to you,
policy
because
position
he is
do
a
you-
bad person.
What- okay, that's fine.
My initial
You vote for
drive
Kamala
to
'cause he's
vote
a bad
for her
person?
instead of him is because he is such a bad person.
Oh, okay.
That is my initial. Yeah, that is what is driving me to vote for her.
How does
yeah.
she support women?
How does she support women? Well, she is a woman, and she has. Yeah. mhm.
She support
Okay,
women just because
so-
she's a woman.
oh my God,
What does she
just-
say about
yes,
what does she
yes,
say
that's
about
what I said, just
transgender in
because
women's
she's a woman.
sports? What does she say about
So-
transgender in women's sports? Is she standing up for young women who are getting pummeled by transgender athletes in women's sports?
So we don't need to get into all of that. But
Why not? That's a valid point. People are upset about it. They're
Okay.
protesting against the young girl that played volleyball because she's a transgender man and she spiked the ball and hurt the girl, and teams are forfeiting because young women shouldn't be put in a position where they have to play against biological men.
Okay,
What is
so-
Kamala Harris doing
so-
to curb that?
I don't think Trump's doing anything about that either. So, or
Yes, he
Trump,
is.
I think Trump is okay. Kamala Harris didn't say the sexist things that Trump said. You don't
That's
see them
fine.
as sexist. I do.
So you're
She
voting
also
because you're voting
is
who
a
you
woman
like.
who's
That's
giving-
fine.
who is-
You're not voting on
She's a woman who's
policies.
giving perspective to all of the women in the world who haven't seen a woman in that position of power before, and
What
that
the-
might be
is it-
minor
now
to you.
you're sexist.
Also,
You're being sexist. You're being
because they
sexist.
didn't. Because
What
a
if I
woman-
said I only want to vote for because he's a
happen to
man,
get-
so I'm gonna vote for him? No,
No,
I vote for a person
I'm not
with
saying that's why I'm voting for her. You asked what she has done for women. That is
Being a woman?
factor. Being a woman is a factor in understanding what women's needs are, because it's very different to grow up as a woman than a man with those societal roles. And
I think he has a daughter and he has a wife. Do they not give him
also,
feedback?
When it comes to abortion, you argue that that is not something related to feminism or to individuality, like autonomy for women. But I see that as a subject that is about autonomy for women. So I think that she
Are
is
you in
supporting
favor of
that.
abortion?
I am in
Would
favor
you
of
have an abortion?
pro-choice. I don't plan on having an abortion because that's
Why not? I'm saying if you had a baby, would you have an abortion right now? If you
right
had
now. If I had a baby right now, I wouldn't.
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
So right now we're 2 for 2. Both women.
I'm
who
not saying
came-
I'd have an abortion.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it in perspective.
In
both
this situation where there is rape,
both women that came up here and said they're for abortion would never have an abortion. That would not have an abortion.
If it was in a situation where I was assaulted and I was against my
But if
will,
you
I was
wasn't?
assaulted and I was impregnated.
What if you wasn't?
If I wasn't, well, that's not going to happen right now, because that's not what I'm choosing to do right now with my time. That's not a related
That's
argument
good.
at
Great.
all.
Great. So you vote
That's
for
good. That's good. You say this to me, but then you make a joke about OnlyFans for another girl.
because she started giving out links. Come on,
she's
God
okay.
dang.
Okay, I see your name right here, Brandon Tatum. Guys, that's my
It's so-
OnlyFans
let me tell
ad.
you. Let me
Go
tell
look it up.
Let
Go
me
look it
tell
up.
you. Let me tell you how weird this is. I feel like if the roles were reversed and I did that to a man, people wouldn't even. Nobody would care.
Really?
If a guy came up
Really?
here
Oh.
and he started saying, "Hey, follow me. My name is
Actually,
James Jennings.
I would argue with that
Follow
there.
me on. Here's my link." And I'm like, well, might as well throw your OnlyFans out there. If I
Okay.
said that to a man, he wouldn't even care. Why are y'all making such a big deal about an off-color joke?
I don't agree with that at all.
It's
Because
so
I think,
offensive that- do
okay,
women do
here-
OnlyFans
here,
or
let
not?
Me speak. I
Hold
can
on,
answer.
do women do
Hey,
OnlyFans or
hey,
not?
Can I answer you?
No, do women do
Can I answer
OnlyFans
you?
or not?
Can I answer you?
These women are making millions of dollars
Okay,
doing OnlyFans.
so if
I
the
bet there's
roles
women
were
on this
reversed
campus right now
and
doing
I
OnlyFans.
was a grown woman sitting there at that table talking to a bunch of college kids. You know
You
what?
guys are
I
adults.
wouldn't make
You're
a
not
sexual
babies.
joke.
Sexual joke?
Yeah. OnlyFans. Do you think that's has any sexual connotations whatsoever?
She's giving out links to follow her on all these platforms.
On
I
Instagram?
don't
What
mind
is
going
this?
down this
What
path
is
with
this
you.
shit?
That's
What
fine.
is
And
all
if
of
you came,
this?
if you came and said,
You're
you
coming
might as well
here
put your
to get that
OnlyFans on there.
social media attention.
She said OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans, so why would I even
Really?
care?
Really?
I'd be like, oh,
Oh,
that
but you
joke
know
was
she
funny or
has
not.
one? Why are you looking?
I don't know.
You trying to you looking at these college girls or something? Like, I don't know what the.
Looking at these college girls.
Why are you talking about her in a sexual context? And then this is exactly the point.
This
You're
is
not
why.
gonna
This is
believe
why
the things I say
men.
are
This is why a
sexist or
lot of times
sexist
men.
because you disagree.
This is why a lot of times men question leadership from certain women.
Really.
I'm being honest. You cry all you want. How do you get offended? How does somebody get offended on something like? And you offended, and she didn't even offended.
Oh, I'm
Did she
not
say
offended.
anything to me?
I'm not offended.
The
I just
woman
think it's
walked
a rude
away and went
comment.
on. You saying
Yeah,
something,
she
the
had
other
a
girl
class to
saying
go
something.
to.
How you know she didn't care? She probably didn't even care, and you
Really?
offended for
okay,
her.
so it's not about she cares. I'm not talking about if people's feelings are hurt. I'm talking about the fact that a statement is offensive. It either
you're
is
emotional.
or isn't sometimes.
You're voting on emotions.
I'm emotional.
Yeah, you vote
I'm
on
emotional.
emotions, right?
No, I just want
You just
what's
said I don't
good.
like this person. That's why I'm voting.
I want what's good for the country as a whole. Yeah.
Because you don't like another person. You haven't given me no
Yeah,
reason to vote for Kamala.
Okay. So
Last
my
question, then we got to
argument
move
was
on.
not to vote for Kamala. It was just literally
Trump
the
is not a
argument was
racist.
about how
Okay?
Trump is a bad person.
That's fine. You can say Trump is not a racist. I think we ended.
Okay.
We should have stopped
Okay,
that a long time
well-
ago. Thank you. Next question. Go. I don't know who's next. Who is? Go ahead.
She just rambled here without saying nothing because obviously she is just trying to say everything based off emotion, and this is what the left does. How the woke liberal behave. They try to manipulate things or feed people some certain narrative and make you believe in their whatever they are pushing. It don't make any damn sense. The fact that she can't even think freely and she's in college, she can't even think for herself. She's just moving and saying, "Oh, I'm voting for this person. I'm doing this." And you see how she's trying to flip and try to play the accused game. It don't even make sense. But again, let's even talk about that. So her saying that she's voting for Kamala because Kamala is a woman, so Kamala understands what a woman is or what women struggles are, women are going through. Okay, that is enough reason for her to vote, but you're voting based on her being a woman, but you don't see that as sexist, right? That is not sexist. But again, if somebody says something and say, "Oh, a man is voting for Trump because he's a man," to be considered sexist. So make it make sense. You see how they are the ones playing this card, but I mean, as long as it's coming from them, it is okay. But if it's coming from their opponent or coming for somebody, then it becomes a problem. You see how their tactics is I mean, it's a good thing the Tatum ended this conversation because it's going nowhere. Obviously, just moving around and saying the exact same thing, forcing her thoughts or forcing her belief. I mean, do you, but I mean, don't come here to force somebody to believe in your ideology and think yours is right. If the person doesn't agree, then the person is a problem, or you label it. And the fact that you have to label somebody something because they don't agree with you says so much about you. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on all of this stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.